FK, it's good to have you back again.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this week we want to talk about Chamas. What's your take on Chamas? Groups that people talk about.
I think let's call them organized investment groups.
Okay. Why? If I may
Because
ask.
all the people who come together, they normally come together to pool resources.
Okay.
And I think it's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
I know it's a good thing to pool resources together because many are better than one.
So should they be long-term or short-term, in your opinion?
It depends on the objectives of coming together. So that's why they should get the objectives clear.
Right, the first time.
At times they may start as short-term, then develop to long-term entities.
Okay. And have you been in Chamas before?
Chairman.
Yeah, well organized.
I've been. I'm even in a few organized investment groups where people pool resources together.
Good. So now the next question would be, according to you, or your in your opinion, what is the best number of people or members to have in the organized investments group?
I think before you get to the numbers, you have to get the objectives right. Because at times you may need to invest for the long term and you need more resources. So that means you have to go for a bigger number. Yes. If you want to invest small, a small number will do.
So you don't have a specific number?
No specific. It depends on the objective.
You know, I'm asking.
Yes.
I'm asking because I believe and I know from experience. At times when you're many in a group, you have different opinions. And getting to agree on what can work and what cannot work becomes the biggest
That
problem.
is my point exactly. Getting the vision and the objectives clear.
And again, there's what we call the risk appetite or risk tolerance. Yeah, some members are not they don't have a high risk appetite. Others have a low risk appetite.
But you see, all that is in the objectives of getting, because when you get into the objectives, you align a lot of things. One, you define the journey that you're getting into. That is vision. You define the road that you are taking
To take you there.
to take you there. That's mission. You define the pavements of that road. What will guide, what will make sure that you stay on the road. That's the value system. Like you must have shared values as a member of as the organized group. The values must be heading in the same direction. Then now you decide the speed that you're going to engage in that journey.
Okay.
That's now the activities. That's now the issue where the question of long-term and short-term comes in.
So what we are saying is defined goals must be clear. Why are we in
Very
this?
clear.
How long are we going to take in this? What is the intended objective?
Exactly.
So let's talk about the people who have a low risk appetite. You see, when you come together, I'm assuming our objectives are clear, what we intend to have. There are those chamas that begin as short term and then they grow and they move to long term. But the desire of any investment group or any chama is to grow, unless it's a merry-go-round. But what's your take on merry-go-rounds? You know merry-go-rounds? Do you know merry-go-rounds?
I know merry-go-round.
The one that today we give you money, tomorrow we give the other person money, like as in at the end of the month we give somebody else. What's your take on merry-go-rounds?
Merry-go-round is a way of saving money. It's like it's a way of saving money. The only issue is, and this is also, you remember when I said I talked about the value system? One of the things that should glue people together is trust.
Okay.
Trust is a very expensive value.
You can say that again.
Yes. Because actually trust is earned like a salary. Nobody can show up in your life today and tell you trust me, and then you trust them. Like they have to work for it. In merry-go-round, heavily relies on trust, because I think merry-go-round means if you have 5 people, It means today we're contributing for number 1. Like people pick numbers up to number 5. This month is number 1. The next month is number 2, number 3. Merry-go-round are set up on the assumption that the prevailing circumstances will continue to be like that. Like if people are earning, they'll continue earning whatever they're earning, which is never the case. So at some point you may get that you are number 5. You contributed for everybody. But somewhere at around number 3, number 4, number 2, and number 1, or somebody is not able to contribute. So you don't get like what you contributed for people.
There's that. But then there's also, what happens many a times in December? This is where treasurers disappear. I'm not saying all of them are going to disappear, but I've seen enough stories. I mean, we've seen them on social media that the treasurer disappears in December. That is when everything, and then you see at times we have chamas for Christmas. And when
treasurer anaenda missing.
The treasurer ameenda missing na ameenda na pesa. So I understand when you say that is where trust comes into play and why it is important to do that. Now, let's come back to the organized investment.
On that question of the treasurer disappearing, that's one of the reasons why some of the chamas or investment groups don't do well. Because remember I talked about trust. So in my view, that position of treasurer should be abolished.
Okay. Abolished.
Yes.
So who will be collecting our funds?
Nobody needs to collect funds. When people come together, let them open a joint account.
Okay.
Have an accountant to account for the money that is in the account. Have an established way of getting that money out. But all contributions should be sent where? To the account.
Well, that could work, but at times it's tricky. It's tricky in this sense. If the chama or if the organized group is for, at times they loan each other. So why should we be incurring extra costs again to withdraw the funds, bring them here, withdraw for this one? While I understand, again, there are apps that have also come about. But
the bank charges and the extra costs of withdrawing the funds and bringing them back and putting money, that's the cost of mitigating the risk of losing everything.
Okay.
Everything has a cost. If you want to mitigate that risk, you have to put up with that cost. Yes.
Good. So now, let's come to what are some of the investments, in your opinion, that these organized investments group can get into? Because the few I've seen, they do loans. And they do loans. They
loan each other at an interest.
Yes, at an interest.
And the interest is an income to the group. That's what they do, right?
Are shared in December.
The income is shared 100% in December.
It depends.
No, that's risky. At least they should grow.
Okay.
People, I believe.
So you're saying they should not share everything?
They should not share everything.
Wisdom comes in for them not to share everything.
Yes.
They should keep some aside for growth.
Yes. So, number 1, remember the things that we talked about, that we need to define the journey we're getting into. We need to define the road. We need to define the pavements on these roads. Okay? Something else. We also need to define up to how much. We said we define the speed. Yes.
So the vision, the mission, this is you're talking about the vision, the mission.
Yes.
And the actual amount, the objective.
So, let's say it's chamas or organized groups are raising money. We need to come up with an investment policy. These are some of the policies that you require. Some of the policies that you require to make sure that these things that you set last. One is a constitution. Like an agreement between members. Fully with an exit clause.
See what I told you?
Yes.
Constitution.
That's very important. Number 2, you have an investment policy. Okay? So that when investments come on the table, it's not a question of, you see, members will bring what is appealing to them. And what is appealing to me may not be what you like.
True.
So, we need an investment policy. Okay? We also need, remember the constitution will govern the legal part of running. It should also govern how members interact with each other. Yes. Like people, you can be together contributing money to put in the bank, but I've loaned you under the table and we have disagreed. So, of course, if we are 5, that's already like 2 over 5 people that disagree. When you call for meetings, I want to come because the other one, they didn't deal well. You understand? Yes. So, in the legal part, for companies, we have the memorandum of understanding and articles of association. Articles of association, like how would we associate? For Chamas, that constitution should have a bit of how people associate
with each other.
Should have a bit of how people associate with the Chama itself. Yes.
Okay.
Then now let's deal with the components of the investment policy.
Okay. But wait, this is sounding very serious. Now, we have Chamas that are Chamas. I mean, we're starting short term before we get to long term. Sorry, but we see when we get to long term, that is when we are coming to the investment policies. Well, I understand it is important, but can we make it a bit
Casual.
Chama-like?
Chama-like.
Yes.